Last week, leaders from across the financial ecosystem convened in San Francisco at the Visa Payments Forum. There it announced new advancements in AI, stablecoins, and tokenization. I sat down with Kim Lawrence, Visa's regional president of North America, to discuss what themes were driving the conversation at the event. Take a listen.
Lots of future activities that are taking shape right now: agentic commerce, stablecoin, some of the future sounding things. But many of our clients and partners that are here with us today are also really focused on, getting it right day in and day out. As we talked about today, it's sort of getting the basics right. So if there's one thing that I hope that everyone takes away, as with Visa as their partner, they can rely on us to kind of chart a path into the future and help them with getting the basics right day in and day out. So just really to put us to work for them.
And I understand this is an invite-only client event. 2,000 clients are here. Who are your clients?
Yeah, it's a great question. We have just over 2,000 clients here with us. The biggest event we've had so far, and it's global in nature. So we have North America clients from US and Canada. We have Asia Pacific, Latin America, and the Caribbean are here as well. And our clients make up a broad array of payments players. So everyone from financial institutions who issue Visa credentials, merchants who choose to accept them, their acquirers, processors, fintech, tech partners, and the list goes on. So a very expansive group of folks here with us this week.
The pace of payments is changing rapidly. How are you helping your North American customers manage this moment?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the conversation this morning with some of the keynote speakers talked about, this isn't like one or two big things happening in the world right now. It's like 6, 7, 8, 9 of them happening all at the same time. And so what we're really here to do is help ensure that clients have services and solutions that they need to really lay the foundation, ensure that the ecosystem is safe, secure, reliable, what they've come to rely on from Visa for so many years, and then help them chart their strategies as they move into the agentic space. They work with AI tools and explore what they're doing with stablecoin.
You've mentioned AI, you've mentioned agentic technology, AI agents. What are they and how are they going to be transforming the payments industry?
Well, the real question is when, and who knows when, who knows how, really. But I think, looking at what AI is doing, transforming everything we do, right? We used to just search for things on the internet, and now it's much more about giving us answers. The way we're discovering everything from learning to shopping has changed over the past couple of years. And agentic is really the concept of, me giving agency to technology to go shopping on my behalf or to do things on my behalf. So who knows exactly when that's going to get sorted. But what we're working on right now is how do we make that work? How do we make sure payments are embedded in that? How do we make sure security and safety is a critical piece of that? And customers start getting comfortable with it.
You mentioned Gen Z in your keynote earlier. What are their shopping habits like, and how do you think they will impact the payments industry?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. One of the things I talked about was the fact that, Gen Z, in many ways, they look and they're starting to act just like, I'll say myself, Gen X did 30 years ago. And so, one of the key things that we see in the next generation coming up through payments is their love and appreciation for debit, right? Debit is usually the entry product that people get used to paying with, and 81% of Gen Z customers own a debit card and they use it for everything. They really like debit, and if history repeats itself, which it typically does, we expect that, as Gen Z gets older and they're employed and their wealth starts to grow, they'll start to shift from debit to credit, just like generations before them have.
And besides Gen Z, where are the biggest opportunities right now for growth?
Yeah, so, I'll speak about the U.S. specifically. I mean, the U.S. is known as being, a pretty mature payments market. We've been growing digital payments for years. And you can use your card almost anywhere, right? Or your phone or your credential. The places you still can't use your card to pay, a lot of the kind of typical bill pay categories. So even think about things like if you're repaying, your credit card bill, or you're paying your mortgage or rent or utilities. These are some of the categories that we refer to as being still very underpenetrated. Either in many cases, there's no acceptance. You can't use your card or your credential to pay. Or if you can, there's hurdles to usage. And so we don't see usage increasing. So we've been really focused on how do we get some of these segments fine-tuned and working properly for card payments. And loan repayment's a great example where we've just signed some partnership deals with enablers who sit in between and help with loan repayment. And we're starting to see that pay dividends, and we're starting to see debit volume pick up in some of those categories.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup is upon us. It is being hosted across North America, Canada, Mexico, the U.S. Visa is a major sponsor. How are you seizing the opportunity?
We are super excited. Everyone's talking about this as sort of a once-in-a-lifetime FIFA. 104 matches, 16 cities across Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. We have been working and getting ready for this FIFA for the better part of 2 years. We are doing everything from client activations, massive client activations. We're doing interesting things where clients are taking, assets that, from Visa and FIFA together and really promoting these once-in-a-lifetime experiences for their cardholders to be part of. So everything from, dinner on the pitch, which is something that JP Morgan Chase is doing. In Kansas City, our Commerce Bank partners have taken over their local Ferris wheel and have kind of decorated it all out for FIFA, and they're offering promotional rides on the Ferris wheel, all kinds of fun, exciting things that are happening for cardholders and our clients. And then it's a fantastic opportunity for us to host clients and really get, lots of consumers in on the action. It's just really exciting.
Thanks, Kim Lawrence from Visa, for that interview.